Hey everyone! I have been to a flea market again and I have found so many things. Unfortunately, I don't have any video recordings directly from the flea market, but I'll show you the things that I found in detail. So let's just get straight to the first thing. This box contains a playset from the Italian toy manufacturer Giochi Preziosi or Giochi Preziosi. These little figurines are called Glimmies. If you know me, I really love tiny figurines with many details and some functionalities. So the specialty with these dolls is that they are able to light up. But they don't just light up as they are. Instead, you can use certain environmental conditions to make them light up. Most of the ones that I have bought light up as soon as it gets dark. For that, the little things have a sensor on top of their heads and a really big on and off switch. Then there are figures that light up if you completely submerge them underwater. I got one of these. That's the green one with no visible sensor on its head. I also have two figures that light up as soon as you blow on the sensor on the head. These are the ones that have a more wintry design. I love that the characters all have different eyes and facial expressions and that the looks are inspired by different animals like insects, bugs, foxes, dogs and deers, for example. This big part that came with it is like a merry-go-round or, a Ferris wheel that can hold 3 characters at a time. Below is the battery compartment and there is even a hole in the back to hang it on the wall. At the front there is a switch that works like a timer, only not according to the time but according to the light conditions. So this thing has light sensors too. Those 2 little dots over there above the star are the sensors. So if you put the switch on the sun, the Ferris wheel will spin when it's light, and if you put it on the moon, it won't start turning until it's dark. In every small gondola there are slide-in rails to securely hook the figures there. There is also a small leaf on the heads that darkens the sensor so they can light up even if the surroundings are not dark enough to trigger the sensor. As you can see, the batteries are pretty dead. That's why the whole thing seems to be a little weak and stops a bit. But everything still works. Well, the next thing I bought is this Color Magic Enchantix Winx doll from 2007. This doll is already 16 years old and her name is Stella. She was in a box surrounded by broken Barbies and there also was this big doll stand that belongs to her on which the wings are fixed. In the back of the doll there is the possibility to attach it. Yeah, her hair looks pretty messed up and her gloves are missing, but other than that, she just needs a little care and could look like new again, I think. I'm very happy that both the eyelashes and the makeup are completely undamaged. I might bring her back into shape. Then I will also try to make the wings light up again. The way I bought it, it doesn't work at all, no matter which button I press. So yeah, I'll be tackling that soon. Next, there was another box full of toys. This time it is a playset by Simba which is called Flowees. They even have trading cards. They come with a whole stack of it. On the front of the cards there is always a character to be seen and on the back there is a little something about the characteristics in different languages written there. I thought some of them were double, but that's only on the front. On the back of the cards there are the differences in additional languages that are printed there. There are even a few wobbly cards in between. Do you call them like that? Well, maybe... movable picture cards. Well, they also show directly what is so special about these Flowees. These are small figures wearing a silicone dress that can be turned inside out so that they become flowers. A little bit like those cupcake dolls that turn into cupcakes if you turn them inside out. In any case, there are also a few pamphlets on which you can see which characters are available to collect. Well, there seems to be a lot, I guess. And now to the little dolls themselves. You can move their arms up and down, and apparently you can also remove the hair and swap it with other dolls. Oh, and additionally to that, They come with these little platforms with wheels underneath. If you roll the whole thing around on a surface, the doll will spin around itself. That's probably where the name Flowees comes from. I think this looks funny and adorable. Yeah, as you can see, all the silicone dresses are covered in glitter, but unlike the LOL dolls, this glitter is sealed within the material. Nothing came off as I grabbed there everywhere, so that's really neat. Unfortunately, some fabric blossoms roll up very stubbornly. I guess that's because they have been walking around as flowers for too long. But I hope that after a thorough cleaning, the fabric will stay down again. This little doll got it kinda bad. Her hair is gone and it looks like a dog chewed her face. There appear to be sharp teeth marks in her eye and her head. I am considering trying to start a DIY project with her since she really doesn't look very well. For now, she's definitely going into my box for potential art projects, and I'll see if I can think of anything about her. On the next doll, you can see that the hair is removable and interchangeable, and what the insertion area actually should look like if it hasn't just been chewed up. And even the tiny wings that are shaped like little leaves look different from doll to doll. It's a minimal difference, but it's there, so I wanted to mention it. With this doll, the manufacturers or designers didn't put as much thought into how to shape the arms and hands to make them be movable. Unfortunately, the movement rubs off the paint on her waist. These two are part of finger rings. However, their flower dress is only made out of thin printed cardboard, and the part of the ring is made of plastic. Also, there were these two little dolls. They are Flowees as well, but they don't have dresses that can be turned inside out, nor can they move their arms. But they can rotate on a small flower platform. Unfortunately, the only thing it can do is light up colorfully. So it turns neither automatically nor does music play or something like that. But you can turn the leaf part yourself by hand. Then there were two additionally fabric flowers, and a few plastic pendants that came with it. And this fashion jewelry pendant. So now I'm going to continue with my Monster High doll find. I was able to find this really beautiful Cleo Denial with some of her accessories and with the doll stand. I already owned this doll, but since this one has some accessories that mine doesn't have, she will donate them to her. Unfortunately, the previous owner cut off the small fabric strips that were supposed to hang on the sleeve and on one leg. But other than that, this one is in very good condition, I might say. I was also very happy about this Draculaura. I think this version of her is very cute with the two pigtails that are originally sticking out on her head. She originally comes with an umbrella and a pet and so on, but I think it's good that she still has most of her outfit. Unfortunately, one of the sleeves of her top is damaged and her legs are very loose, but since she will only be sitting on the shelf with me, the loose legs don't bother me that much. I will try to repair the broken upper part of her outfit in another video. I will also wash the dolls in it and restyle them in that video so they look neat again. This Claudine wolf has also been through a bit. They are not wearing their original dress, but what appears to be one from a Barbie doll. From their earrings, I'm guessing it's actually the Gloom Beach Claudine I'm holding. I'm also wondering why the joint of one of their arms is so red. I haven't seen that at any other Monster High before, so maybe it's not an original arm anymore or something like that. Well, if any of you know, feel free to let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, they no longer have any shoes, but I also got their little striped top somewhere in the box, so that's that. I am assuming that this Claudine may be the Dead Tired version, due to their makeup and their hairstyle. Unfortunately, I can't tie it to anything else, because nothing of their original outfit is included. Even their hands are missing. But the knees and hips are still okay, and I might be able to manage their hair, so that might be okay. The hair of this Operetta Dot Dead gorgeous doll will be a bigger challenge though. I think it's cool that her hair tie is still there. Unfortunately, her mask, the necklace and the cool piano handbag are missing. And some other stuff. But hey, at least the rubber band that tied the purse to her wrist is apparently still there. The dress, her belt and shoes are still there, and the other earring, and the makeup is fine too, so I'm very happy. And this is the last Monster High doll that I found at that flea market. This is the Ghoul Fair version of Scare or Screams. I also already own this doll, but I thought I would like to use this one for a custom project as well. So the outfit she is wearing also appears to be from a Barbie, but I have no idea if it is true. So if you know otherwise, just let me know. The shoes she is wearing are the originals, but very badly soiled. I'm not sure if I can get these clean again. They even seem to be molded. Also included were these 2 brushes and a handbag from a Rochelle Ghoul's Night doll. So, the next finds are from Polly Pocket. The first is this hilarious compact. Well, this is technically not directly from Polly Pocket or Bluebird, but from the manufacturer that is called Gegu. Here we have a small lion's head that can be opened up. I think it's funny that the lower fangs are attached outside the mouth. But it gets even better. When you open the compact, the lion's eyes are the tops of 2 mountains. I think it looks super creepy, but also super funny. Having a closer look inside, the colors look a bit chaotically applied, but actually with a lot of attention to detail. However, I don't understand the colors on the mountains. They remind me a bit of camouflage. Well, you can see from the small holes in the back corner there that this compact also has to have a sound function. In the upper part, we get to see a safari scene with an evening sky and black animal silhouettes and a dense pine forest maybe. Well, nothing happens if you press the eyes. And you can also just pop up its nose if you feel like it. But other than making it look creepier and funnier, I don't see the point of this feature. You can let your imagination run wild, I guess. So, since the compact has a sound function and nothing happened when I pushed around wildly in it, I have to assume that I'm dealing with leaking batteries. So, I put on gloves, put a paper towel underneath, unscrewed everything, and I was right. The batteries leaked and rusted. The brown spot down there in the compact is actually supposed to represent a stone inside a cave in one of the mountains, I think. So it's not real dirt, it's just plastic dirt that is supposed to be there. Yeah, I removed the leaking button batteries, neutralized the battery acid with vinegar essence, cleaned it with isopropanol, and finally wiped it off again with a cloth. And lo and behold, the sound works again. The only question is whether you want it to work. It certainly can't emit more than this raw sound. So yeah, I then removed the new batteries, screwed everything back together, and now the compact is going into my collection. Oh, I should mention that all the compacts that I found on this flea market come completely without any figurines, except for one. But that doesn't matter to me. I might find the figurines somewhere else at some day, so that's totally okay for me. So the next Polly Pocket I found is this 101 Dalmatians scenery. In the upper area you can see the place where the puppies were kidnapped and they all watched TV together. The scene on the sticker on the left looks like the one where Sergeant Tips and the Colonel are called for help. However, you need a bit of imagination to interpret the surrounding area as an old barn with a farm, I think. I don't know which house it is supposed to be on the right side there, actually. But if you open it up, you can see the surrounding of Pongo's neighborhood. On the middle platform there is the inside of their home with Roger's piano and the clothes rack and stuff. And at the same time you can look at the sticker from inside the house to the outside of the same house. So I find that pretty confusing for a kid, but alright, I am an adult and that's a toy for me, so I can live with that. And maybe it's just me. Anyways, with a little lever, Cruella de Vil's car can be driven back and forth as she stalks the puppies like a maniac. Okay, the next compact is this little shell. Luckily, the golden color of the logo is still in good condition. Nothing is broken off, and surprisingly, not discolored neither. The opening clip is a bit scuffed though. Inside we see a wedding scene. There is a small organ and a big banquet, a few flowers and a music system with a pink vinyl record apparently. In the lid we find two large church gates that can be opened. Behind them you can see the whole wedding party on a sticker. The next compact is this bubbly bath from 1996. There are many things missing. Above all, a big red bobble, which is actually meant to be put on top. But apart from that, nothing broke off inside as far as I can tell. Originally, this compact was played with water. You can, for example, produce small bubbles with this rubber part here. There is even a re-released Polly Pocket set right now on the market that you can do something similar with. I don't think it looks really bad either, so I might consider to have a closer look on the newer Polly Pockets as well in the future. Anyways, because you are handling water with this compact, there are no stickers in there, and that's why the plastic is thematically semi-transparent. I think that's very pretty and very 90s. Then there were some Disney compacts. This one is from Cinderella. I have to mention the staring prince and his uncomfortably close appearance to her. Unfortunately, Cinderella has a few paint chips on her face. Maybe the prince tried to wake her up with a little violence and is now looking so strange because it didn't work.
Sorry, bro.
But otherwise, the box is in good condition. No discoloration and nothing broken off. Inside, everything looks pretty and very detailed too. I like the little stone path and the cute little cottage. And on the sticker in the background of the tiny house, you can see how the three good fairies conjure up Cinderella's dress. The castle can be seen in the lid. We have thorns to fold down, and we have another sticker showing the scene where Cinderella as a baby is first introduced to the three good fairies. I really like the details. With today's Polly Pockets, the chairs and the candle holder and the two cups might not have been specially painted, for example. And yeah, at the very top we see Maleficent cursing the spinning wheel. Next, another Disney Polly Pocket. This is about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. As you can see, Esmeralda's hair has lost some of its color. Below we see the large churchyard directly in front of the Notre Dame with a tent and a wagon that has a roof that is meant to be opened. You can see all sorts of junk in there. It definitely looks like a person lives in it. If you twist this stick here, the little platform on the floor can move back and forth. There are more details above. You can unfold the curtain, behind which we see a sticker with a staircase that leads up to the Notre Dame. We have a very strange hammock and a stone head underneath it, then another stone head and a door with more stairs behind it. And at the very top there is a gear wheel for spinning, which could have been used to move characters if I had characters to do so. And finally a small bell. And now let's head on to the last Polly Pocket compact that is from Disney for this haul. This one is about Pocahontas. So I think Pocahontas looks super weird, nearly as if she is dissociating a bit. Apart from that, this compact is also in very good condition. The inside still looks great too. Grandmother Willow shows her face when you turn the little bush. And this compact is the only one that actually has a small figurine with it. Namely the raccoon Miko and a small raft. Underneath the waterfall there is a summer scenery, and to the right we see the sea in the evening with John's ship, which can be seen slightly hidden behind the trees. Behind the small hinged stone door you can see a cave painting on a sticker, and above another evening scene in the forest. The next Polly Pocket compact is actually a double one, namely the shell from the beginning. Only this one is in slightly better condition. The front clip has not been nibbled on, and the stickers have not been rubbed off in the places where figures can stand. So one of the compacts is going to get a new home. Oh yeah, there was also this little phone from the Monster High Draculaura doll. And here is the top of the Claudine doll from the beach scene. And this is my final Polly Pocket find for this haul. The Polly Pocket Funtime clock in pink. Surprisingly, this one has no discoloration neither. It really often happens that these clocks suffer from UV damage over the years, but luckily not this one. The logo on top and the dial also look very nice. The play area at the top of the lid also looks great. The sticker is still in place. There is no water damage or anything like that, and the pastel colors are all still like new. The little butterfly swing still works too, as well as the blue big gear. All well and good. For this, however, the protective little door in the back has been broken out, and in addition to that, this small inlay box has been inserted upside down. This doesn't seem to be a big problem at first glance, but it kind of is. See those two little pieces of plastic on the left? They make it impossible to remove the box again without tools. But no worry, toothpicks and a little patience solve the problem without causing any further damage. Geschafft! Well, although I managed to open the compartment, I couldn't get the clock to work again. At least the battery that was included there didn't leak, so that's good. The next find is kind of unspectacular. For our dining room chairs, we needed a few anti-slip stickers or felt pads. And yeah, you can also find things like this completely packaged at flea markets. Nothing special, but practical. So we took these with us as well. The next two things that I found were a complete surprise for me. I found two DIY kits with a miniature scenery. I haven't unpacked them yet, but they also look brand new and unused. Since I love Polly Pocket and miniature things, this was a great find for me. I would like to make a video of how I built these two. I hope I can do that. There are even little lights in there. The next stuff, yes, I found even more, that I found was a bunch of art and drawing books. The seller only wanted 50 cents for each book, so I couldn't leave them there for that. I always need inspiration, and I like to see other people's strategies for drawing something, so I was very happy to have found these. And the very last stuff that I found was a whole stack of creative and mindfulness magazines. They are several years old, but still like new. You can always get inspiration from such magazines. I love those paper extras that come with the flow magazines, and I love that there are always other illustrators are represented there. And I paid €1 per magazine. So yeah, that's it for this video. I really hope you liked what you've seen. Have a nice day and till the next one.